is absolute. At heights no one's even dreamed of. But I have a bigger destiny.
Oh, praise be. And what is it?
Did you fuck me?
What?
Is this some kind of incest thing?
No.
Then what the fuck is this?
We need to prepare America for my ascension.
You one of us now?
Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Then fucking beat him.
I offer oblivion.
Ooh, what is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of The Boys. We'll actually be doing the 2 episodes tonight, taking care of that, but we're not going to do it like each one or anything. We'll just break them down because I know Brian has a stream later on tonight on the Spoiler King, so make sure to check out that as well. It's going to be a great one. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, 1/3 of Spoiler Kings to go live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights, but now that From's all involved, we're kind of like doing 1 episode of Saturday nights because I'm going right into From, which is another series where I'm surprised that the critics are rating so low. The reason I bring that up now is because that's what they're doing with The Boys. They're saying that they don't like the way the things are going. Fans are saying they don't like the way things are going. And I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to kind of talk about with this. You know, I read it in the comic books, and the storyline is kind of crazy, man. I don't know.
Absolutely. What up, LDG? Sent you the link if you want to pop in for a bit, man. It's there. If you can come in for a few, you're more than welcome to. Said, I'm sorry, but the show is basically a setup for the spin-off Sister Sage is dumb. Well, we're definitely going to talk about Sister Sage because unless she has something more to her plan, she's an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They tried to explain it away, right? They tried to say because
With love, yeah.
love, she can't understand love because it's nonsensical, and it was, oh, you're so nonsensical. You want to do this, but no, I'm in love. I've been, I love my kids. I love my wife. I ain't doing stupid crap. I can still paying out some stuff. Like, come on, this is just stupid.
Facts. Warren, where can they find you, sir?
You can find me here prophesizing stuff with Brian and Enzo.
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this now. Episode 8 is next week, and that'll be the last time you see Warren on this channel ever again, all right? Because I am sick and tired of coming on these damn streams and having to say Warren, to the point where I'm like, nah, they didn't do that yet, Warren, so you're not quite right yet. They didn't do it yet, but
Next episode.
That's where the road is leading to, unfortunately. Oh my God. You guys don't understand how much torture this is, because we have done many streams with Warren and he has never been right.
So now he's right 4 times in a row? I'm like, come on, man. Whatever.
Yes, I am. And I can't wait for other stuff coming.
Oh my God, I can't do this. He said episode 7 was mid. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into episode 7. We're gonna get episode 6 too as well. Let's get our overall thoughts. Brian, your overall thoughts on we'll do these 2 episodes.
Disappointing. Overall, they're trying to wrap up the season. They're trying to wrap up the series. And it's feeling like it's more of it feels very Daredevil season 1-ish. And what I mean by that is it seems like a prelude or a trailer for season 2, or for this, it seems like a trailer for what they're going to do for the next episodes, the spinoffs and all that stuff. It's disappointing because it doesn't seem like they're taking this into the story seriously. The stuff that they're doing right now, the stuff they did in episode 7 should have been done in episode 4. And we should have had more time, more storylines to explain what the hell they're doing. That's not what happened, and it's pissing me off. If I had a Phantom Zone, I will Phantom Zone the hell out of you.
Wow, that's great.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Warren, you go next, please.
Yeah, I think we're just getting advertisement for Vault Rising, which is not good in my opinion, because as much I like Soldier Boy, but it's not someone I'm gonna warm up to when I watch Vault Rising. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be all of a sudden be sympathetic for a guy that was pretty much a scumbag and a racist in the show. And then it seems that like maybe this season could have used another 2 episodes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like. It's like they know it was coming to the end, and that's fine. I think The Boys was actually coming to an end because there's only so many seasons you can go with that comic. But it seems like it needed at least another episode, or you extend the times in the last few episodes to be longer. That's what I think you need to do. Overall, I think that this is just. I would even say going back to because I was looking. I would say going back to episode 5. It was just him saying Clara and I can't deal with this, and it just seems like they're doing a Game of Thrones. Well, like Brian knows what I'm talking about, where
Yep.
the quality of the last 3 episodes haven't. It has been more like mopey. So overall, I think it's not bad, but it's not what we expected from the first 4 seasons.
If this is what happened in season 2, we wouldn't have had season 3 and 4. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm gonna sit here and I'll say, I agree with you guys both. I think the last 2 episodes, the one we're discussing, are kind of mid as well. And you think for the last season they would have went balls out. You know what I mean? Soups fighting all the time, people dying and all kinds, and they're just not doing that. And all of a sudden it's just gonna be like, oh, the final episode, and how many more deaths are we actually going to get in the final episode, right? You're just going to kill off like whoever you're going to kill. So let's say they're killing off like 3. So you're going to kill off Mother Milk, you're going to kill off Starlight or whatever, boom, all in the last 3 episodes. No, you had to build over time through that. You know what I mean? The Frenchie death.
Okay, if you're gonna kill someone, killing Frenchie is not the problem. And honestly, what he said was phenomenal. And I think you felt that it mattered. But we should have had more of this. And
Yeah.
I'm at a point right now where I'm thinking we're not going
Nobody
to
else dies.
we're not going to get any death. This is
Yeah.
not going
I
to
know.
happen.
I think we're gonna get deaths. I think. Well, I have a feeling.
Butcher is going to be the only one left that dies. I think Mother's Milk makes it. I think Starlight makes it. I think Huey might make it. And I think Kamiko might try to kill herself and still make it. And she's going to live her life for Frenchie. And then Butcher dies. And that's it.
Uh, so I think that what they're doing is they're trying to build this up to like an end game where maybe we know Old Father is gonna have something happen to him, right? Because Deep is gonna die probably in the ocean somehow. He gets thrown in there or
Yeah,
something.
but I don't think those matter as much. Maybe deep. I'm
Great,
talking about of our heroes, of who are going to die. Because you think
Oh,
the
Yeah.
heroes should all die too, because it's that big of a threat. And I don't think only Butcher's going to be the only one that dies. I mean, of course,
think so, too.
I think we're going to have more deaths, but it's going to be on the other side.
I can see Huey dying.
I don't think Huey dies because
I don't think he does either.
I can see Huey because they're gonna throw a curveball, right? Like,
they're not
they
going to kill only the normal people. That would be stupid.
well, the only thing I could just see because they need to have more quote unquote stakes, and I just see like another person dying on their team, so I can see
Butcher.
it.
So I agree
Besides
with you
Butcher,
about stakes, right? You need more stakes, but you need these stakes throughout the season, right?
You
You're
only
gonna give
kill
us
4
stakes in the
people
last
now.
episode when everybody's done. Okay, so what? You know what I mean? Like everybody's dead. Okay, yeah, we get it, but you should have had that going on throughout the whole season, and it was just not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting.
If we were taking bets on who's going to die, so Butcher's going to die. The next person I will have is the next highest person that could die, Kamiko,
I don't
because
think
she's going
Butcher
to have the
dies though.
power. She's going to have the power of Soldier Boy, right? So that's going to be the next person. You don't think Butcher dies either?
The reason I think he gets cured. I don't think he dies.
Does Kamiko like cure him for it? I think they showed how terrible of a person he is, right?
He Yeah, but that's due to his father though. And then you got the cancer, and then you got
He
him
did it before then. That's what they said when he had those people die. When
with Kessler.
yeah, when Kessler kind of talked about, hey, he just let them all die.
Yeah, but that started from his brother dying.
Yeah, but
Doesn't matter.
either
You
either or,
still
he's
I'm
still
not.
a
let
yeah, yeah.
everybody
Hmm.
die.
Yeah, but I mean, he can be redeemed, right? So I'm just saying.
Can he do it in one episode?
Yeah, okay, or he dies saving Ryan because we know Ryan has to appear, right? We
Yeah.
got to get Ryan. He's been MIA since he got his beat down by his petri dish
Father.
dad.
Hmm.
So like
You don't
there's
think he
that.
dies saving Huey? So instead of Huey killing Butcher, Butcher dies saving Huey.
No, Butcher
Ooh.
dies saving Ryan, so he shows how much he cares and does it for his wife.
But that'll just be very weird because Ryan just hasn't been there. So they just randomly bring Ryan around like just
I mean, but they have to bring him here, right? Because it's the end, and then I'm sure
I,
Ryan's gonna
you,
probably
you know
join
what's
up with
funny?
Marie.
I don't know if they're going to bring him back because I feel like
They have
right
to.
at this point, no, I feel at this point the reason why they showed Homelander busting his ass to let people know that yeah, Ryan's not strong enough. Like he's not going to be able to do anything. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I'm not sure if he's going to be there. I also don't think Marie and them are coming back either.
No,
no.
they're
She
gonna they're
Starlight
gonna
wouldn't ask them for their help right at the end.
Oh
yeah, he
yeah,
did.
yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah, she did.
Yeah,
She did.
I remember they're gonna do more shows. I think that's why they canceled Gen V because they're gonna do a new show with them, probably another spinoff. Which I don't know how much spinoffs they could do with this the boys. Like it's kind of like they're milking this thing a little bit too hard, but I get it. It's hot fire right now, what the kids say. So like,
It's,
Yeah, but you can kill that real quick by fucking up the ending though.
mhm.
You know what
yeah,
I mean? You fuck up the ending, and you're gonna have people being like,
You can't be foreshadowing all this stuff with Huey and then not let Huey do something special at the end.
mm-hmm.
I told you I have a feeling Huey is gonna be fisticuffs with Homelander.
So one punch.
No, well, I don't think a one punch, but like the remember Homelander has never been human. So when home and we're gonna definitely see Soldier Boy. He's gonna get waken up by Sage or somebody.
Do we
And
need him anymore?
yeah, we do. Oh
Why?
yes, we do. Oh come on, you think that's what I'm saying that they're gonna need everybody. This is gonna be like an end game sort of
But
ending.
no, you misunderstand why I'm saying why is because what they did is they gave Kimiko his power.
Mm-hmm.
So
They do put
there's no need to actually have him because she is his replacement.
well. Here's
And then
here's
Mother's Milk gets his right off to the sunset because he gets to decide what he does with Soldier Boy. He can't be killed, so he locks him up and puts him somewhere they never be waking up again. And I will give Mother's Milk his send off too.
You know what's funny? I was thinking, and what if, what if what they did with Kimiko didn't work on her, but it worked on Frenchie, and Frenchie's not really dead, and he's the one that ends up being a
no.
superhero.
We saw his body. That's the thing.
Yeah,
We
we
didn't.
saw we saw the body.
We yeah,
And he went
yeah.
and he went gray. He went blue. He's dead.
He did. Did he go blue? He didn't change colors. He go close his eyes, but I don't know. It's just I just like Brian said. If you're doing what you're doing with Chemical, you don't need Soldier Boy.
You still do. I'm telling you because
Why?
Soldier Boy. Remember, did it for Clara, and they need to again. Unfortunately, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. They need to keep hyping this Vought Rising stuff. So they're gonna have him in there in some capacity. Like I don't like being right. Thank you. I'm wearing the no.
I think this
I'm
is the one time you're gonna be wrong, and I'm gonna challenge you on that one. I don't think they're going to have Soldier Boy in there,
Why
because
not?
Just
so
because they
for
can
one,
have it for the
the
spinoffs and stuff like that.
spin-offs coming up, yes. Not to mention the fact that if they had Soldier Boy in there, they don't need chemical to have his powers because you could just have Soldier Boy do it.
No, they need to have every. I'm telling you, we're gonna see Brian. We're gonna see Soldier Boy. They're gonna need everybody. like because again, I have a feeling that this episode is like an end game sort of episode where there's going to be a lot of people, everything's going to come head first, and it's going to be we either you're left with wow, or you're left with wow, the
I
other wow.
think I would agree with you, Warren, if we're going to get a longer episode. So if, like, they announced this is going to be a 190-minute, 100-minute episode, then possibly they have enough time to do all the things that we're talking about. I don't know if they have enough time to do these things, and that's why I'm on the side of that. It's going to be smaller
And
scope.
from what I read, it's already been confirmed that it's only going to be an hour and 5 minutes, right? The episode. So
Yeah.
you gotta understand, nobody knows Soldier Boy has been locked up by Homelander now, right? They don't know that. So how are they going to go and free him unless Ashley does it?
I mean, I think Sage seeing um Kimiko and Frenchie's love is going to get her back acting right, because she hasn't been wrong for the she hasn't been wrong for most of it, and most of her plans weren't working. But what do most geniuses never expect? The unpredictable, right? And that's what happened. She didn't have that one equation. That's why I threw her off. And then, not to mention the death of the grandmother. So I have a feeling something's gonna change with her, I would be shocked if she doesn't know that Soldier Boy is locked up. I'd be really shocked.
Lauren said they put it on the big screen. It's gonna be a big brawl. Yeah, I heard that they did put the last episode. It's gonna be out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I ain't going to watch it in theater.
This
It's
is gonna
not.
be death. This is gonna be a lot. This is gonna be a death, people dying,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're gonna figure out, the deep dies from, or actually probably friendly fire. Something
Mm-hmm.
stupid is gonna happen to the deep, and that's gonna,
Mm-hmm.
he'll die.
I think
Um,
Deep's gonna die by the sea. Some creatures in the sea.
I mean, the way he cowered away when dude was drowning was crazy.
And the cameo, I was like, wait.
So it's so funny because in Deep Blue Sea, the shark eats Samuel L. Jackson.
Uh-huh,
This
uh-huh,
time, Samuel L. Jackson is the shark.
uh-huh.
Hey, come on, bro. Why don't you come on in? Water's
I was like,
fine. Come on, try jump in there right
I
now.
was like, wait a minute, is that Samuel Jackson? Because you know his voice right away, right? And then you hear the motherfucker, and you know right away it's Samuel Jackson. It's like, oh shit, okay, that was cool. I like
Did you
that. I
did
kind
you
of
know
like that
that,
comedy.
Warren? Did you know that he was going to be there?
You
No,
know?
You
no.
knew everything else. I don't know. I'm just checking.
Do you guys think Starlight will die in the last episode? No.
I
I
No,
could
I
see
think
her die.
Starlight's last.
I think she doesn't die because they give one couple to go walk off. Huey,
Hugh,
because they
Hughie and
start off
Starlight.
the season with Huey losing his girlfriend, and then they'll start the season with giving them taking away her powers too. Like I can even see Kamiko taking everybody's powers that's around away.
Mm,
And kind of this would be something that Warren would be right about, making them human.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I think is going to happen to Homelander. I don't think they're going to kill Homelander. I think they're going to turn him into a human and make him live life as a human, right? One of his worst fears. Now he's a human, and the amount of shit that he's done to people, someone's going to fuck him up and kill him. You know what I mean?
I think
I don't
Warren
think.
even believes that, right? I mean, because he's the one that's saying that he was going to kill him, but I just would rather
Yeah, because
we
if
not
you,
lose that because
eh,
he has his morals. We don't wait till the last episode for him to just say, "All right, I'm gonna start killing everybody." So I
I
don't know.
don't think Huey kills him. I think Huey beats him up, because like if you were literally go through every episode, Huey has been like inches away dying from Homelander, like literally inches, or like he should have been, like, I mean, of course it's plot armor, right? So
Hmm.
I see that happening. I see it's like a fisticuffs fight. It's like down to him and Homelander, because Huey has should have been he should have died in that bunker when that if it wasn't for that invisible guy getting in the way, he would have been dead. Remember, because
Hmm.
she didn't see that. I forgot that soup. She didn't see him.
Translucent.
Translucent.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
translucent died. He would have been dead. It's like so much. That man has more plot armor than Batman in the boys.
But now you're saying, okay, so
But Huey gets time to plan.
And like where does Butcher come into this, right? Because we all know we think that Butcher and Homelander are going to have the big fight. You know what I mean? Does Butcher die? Does Chemical take his powers away? You know what I mean? So are we gonna get an episode where Butcher survives, Mother Milk survives, Huey survives, Chemical survives, and Starlight, so they all survive, and you know what I mean? No, it's
I
like
think
we need some
it,
death.
what Lauren said makes a lot of sense. We talked about Butcher kind of seeing Huey like as his brother, his conscience, and seeing him as his brother, right? So if he sees him as his brother, maybe saving his life resolves that issue that he had that's got him started on this damn path. He sacrifices his life for Huey, even if he's a human and does that. So they take the powers away, and something happens, and he still sacrifices his life for him. I think that would be a really good kind of ending for their arc.
Yeah, because he doesn't have like his dad. His brother died. I think the only person that's alive for Butcher was his mother. His right.
I don't think anyone's alive. It's
Uh,
just right.
yeah, I don't think anyone's alive for Butcher. So there's nothing much for him to live for. He's just
Just Ryan. And if Huey, if his last words are to tell Huey and Starlight, raise Ryan right, watch him, be the father I could not be. Dude, this wraps it up in a little bow and it's done. You know.
Homelander tells everybody he's God and snaps and starts killing everyone. I could see that. Sorry. What do you guys think will happen to Stan Edgar in the last episode? You see, that's another plot thread that needs to be settled out in the final episode, right? So if they don't do anything with him, they have him locked up, he'll get out, and I think he'll end up running VOD again like he said he was going
no.
to
I
do,
think
right?
Mother Milk kills him, or does something where he either changes his mind, or he just like because like I don't see like we're not expecting another boys. We're gonna get that younger guy probably to play Stan Edgar, right? The guy that we saw in the flashback. Was
Mm-hmm.
it season 3? So
Mm-hmm.
because he did a good job, I think, in person. Well, doing a younger version. So I think his story wraps up. He doesn't die, or maybe we see Zoe because we haven't seen Zoe and the dad. We haven't seen them as well. So
That's just a lot of stuff to happen right now, Warren. I mean, from where they are right now
Mhm,
to the end, you're saying a lot of stuff, and
mhm,
everything you're saying sounds very believable. I'm not trying to say
mhm.
that it doesn't sound believable and that it
I
makes
get it.
perfect sense. I just don't know if they have enough time.
So the next series is supposed to be VOT Rising, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is that
1950s.
it? That's the prequel, right? And then they're supposed to be doing, I think it's The Boys Mexico or something like that, right?
Hasn't that been canceled? I thought
No, I heard yesterday on a video that they're still doing it.
they're still doing it.
Yeah,
Which
that's
you
what I heard.
could do. Have someone escape to Mexico when she goes and says, well, you know, she's when Starlight goes and says to Marie and says to them, "Hey, go hide the rest of them. Take them out and hide them."
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they go and hide in Mexico.
Stan Edgar could be, over there running things over there.
Maybe,
So,
yeah.
right. So I don't think he dies. I think he's gonna probably try because he said it. He's like, I think they foreshadowed when Mother Milk's like, oh, you trying to get back into being, the leader of what? I think that's where they're gonna go with him on that one. So I don't think he dies.
That's good.
Homelander is going to kill Terra. Terra who?
The dog.
The dog.
Oh.
Maybe it's funny if Homelander dies
okay,
and then the dog goes ahead and starts humping him.
Man,
Like,
Lauren, she got the dog dying too? That's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, the dog ain't gonna die. The dog ain't gonna die. They ain't killing the dog. I don't know. I just think it was okay, but we'll get into our positives for the 2 episodes. We can talk about what we liked, and then of course we'll get into what we didn't like. So hold on. I'll start with you, Warren. What were your positives of these 2 episodes?
Well, it was nice to see, I guess, Ashley. Um, and it was nice to see that bomb site.
Discover the
In
breakthrough
the sense
innovation
that
from Eucerin.
we get
New epistolene
a look at what he'll be. there'll be a lot of conflict between the two, between him and Soldier Boy, because he kind of is like the Robin, the way he sounded like he was talking in that episode to Soldier Boy, and he looked up to him but was also jealous of him. So we'll see a lot of that. Um, I did like that foreshadowing. I like the fact that Frenchie got like showed that he wasn't just some like druggie, which I never, because Frenchie handle was with the gangs back in Europe. So, but he had such a huge development from like
Arc, he had a great arc.
great arc. Like, so and like especially when he stepped up when they were getting the from the episode prior, and then this episode, it's like he was the only voice of reason lately outside of Huey. Um, that was my positives. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. It's really hard to think of more positives. Let's see.
Captain Ass, hold on. Do you guys think the last episode felt rushed? This whole season could have been better.
I agree. I agree.
Um, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say part of the issue is that they're trying to be different than the comic book, right? And I feel like you can feel like it was a definite like this is our focus is being different than the comic book, and doing that took a lot of creativity away. So you don't want to do anything the comic book did, and because of that, I think the story kind of suffered.
Absolutely. I think they went. You see, there's a way you can be different, but you can still stick to kind of like the comic book. So I think a lot of the first season. I know people don't like this, the last couple of seasons or whatever after a certain season, but I think Walking Dead had a good way of doing that. Right? You still got Major's death, and you still got deaths from the comic book, but it would happen with a different character. You know what I mean? So instead of killing off Carol, which they did in the comic, or which they didn't do in the comic, or which they did in the comic book, but they don't do it in the show, or something like that, right? You could do stuff like that. I think what they're doing here is they're just trying to be so different from the comic that it's kind of taken away from the actual show. And I don't even know the ending of the comic, but I just know this season kind of felt like set up for one final fight at the end. You know what I mean? Like there should have been fights throughout the season. It starts off with them killing off A Train, and then we don't get another major death until now.
I mean, we got Firecracker.
That's a major death. Ain't nobody give a damn about no firecracker.
I mean, I'm not
You
saying
know what I'm
made.
saying?
I get it. But yeah, I mean, positives. I got more negatives, sadly, than positives. So,
Are
uh,
you not? Are you Anzo? Did you and Anzo switch places?
uh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's really it. It's just hard to
I
find.
think Warren's about to switch places with Brian right now, being my co-host on all my shows right now. What are we doing over here?
I
You know what
just,
I mean?
it's really hard to find like positives.
So,
Yeah,
what do you guys think of Paul
that's it.
Rudd? Paul Rudd, Paul
Yeah,
Reiser, Paul Reiser, Paul Reiser in this episode.
who's that?
The guy from what's the name of that show, man?
Oh, this
What's the
guy.
name of the yeah. This
Oh,
guy.
I thought he was good character. The legend. He played a
Legend,
good character.
the legend.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was good. I think we needed. I wish there was more. I did like his part. I wish there were more characters that stood up to Homelander, because it seemed like if people stood up to him, it would question his. Because it just seems like people don't. It's like people are just afraid of dying, whereas there's just some people that I guess they live their life. They're like, okay, you can kill me. That's why I don't think he. I thought Frenchie was gonna get a more brutal death, but it seems like again when someone gives Homelander the truth, he just can't really handle it. So, but yeah, that's all the positives. I can't. It's hard to find them, man.
I liked seeing Paul Reiser in there. I think he's a pretty good actor, and I liked kind of the character that he played because of And I think what made it better for me was the conversation he had with Homelander at the end, right? Where he knew he was gonna die, and he just told Homelander, like, listen, son, so and so, so and so, and he was ready to go, and Homelander, like, you're not scared of me. And then he's like, okay, you can go. You know what I mean? That's the first time. Well, because he told Firecracker she could go, but she kept talking and she got killed. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny because he told the legend the same thing. You know, the legend said, "I'm out here."
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, bye. See you later.
That's different. That's different because if she leaves, who does she have to go to? She can't go back to her church. She'll
No.
be a,
She's the deep.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not saying why or what she should have done or why she. I'm just saying they showed the difference was, you know what I mean. Homelander killed her because she kept talking and shit pissed him off, and dude was like, "Yeah, I'm gone," Phew, and bounce, which is what anyone would do. You can go, thank you, sir. Gone. You know what I mean? I got nothing more to say to you. So, but I was good to see him in there. I like him. I like Paul Reiser. He says Starlight will kill the Deep. You know
That
what?
makes
I don't
sense.
think so, Lawrence.
That would make sense, but I think Starlight needs to get her humanity
Shit
back, right?
together, yeah.
And if you have her kill someone off right then, when she's so close to being at the end of the episode, she'll never recover.
And to be honest with you, like the way they have the Deep this season, I feel like he's gonna die some stupid way. You know what I mean? I feel it's gonna be some dumbass way, like I said, by the shark. He's gonna jump in the water,
He's gonna
and they're gonna
fall.
that's his, or get pushed or fall in the water, and they're gonna fuck him up. The sharks and everything are gonna fuck him up. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna do some crap like that with him. He said Kimiko explodes and wipes everyone's powers. I guess, but I don't see
She
that.
tries to use his powers. She tries to use
And
Soldier Boy's powers, and then it wasn't exactly right. What if that what you call is wrong? So Sage is wrong again. So it got him the powers, but it was self-destructed her. Like she wasn't strong enough. It wasn't exactly right, and then she dies again because of her.
well,
having
if
messed up.
Sage is fucking wrong,
Again,
yeah, she'll be so far because I was like, I get, she want a genocide and everything, right? But the way she was doing her plan was feasible, right? I could see like, okay, at least it makes sense of what she's trying to do because she want to survive. But now that fucking Homelander did what she did, now it's like, so your plan was stupid. Like everything you did was stupid, right? Because instead of now stopping Homelander from getting the V1, it's because of you why he got it. You called Soldier Boy there. You know what I mean? And Homelander ended up finding out where they were. But if you didn't call Soldier Boy there, you would have had maybe a better chance of getting that V1 from him instead of having fucking Soldier Boy get it, you know? Only Huey, Starlight, Kimiko, MM will make it. Kimiko still has her powers, but she regenerates. That's my prediction. I got you. Firecracker was a used boot who cared that she died. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. She was a DEI hire. Facts. Trump, I mean Homelander tosses them when he's done. What up, Poe? What's going on? Which season is better, season 2 of Alex Cross or The Boys season 5? Which had the better storytelling?
they both
I'll let you
had
answer that.
problems. They both had problems. Man, Cross's ending was so bad. I can't answer that until I see this finale.
Same. Poe sent a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Poe, very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for popping in. And I kind of agree with you too, Brian, because especially if you compare season 1 to season 2 from Alex Cross, it's a huge step down. And then you did some things in that season where I was just like, that doesn't even make no damn sense. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? So I got to see how they end The Boys before I decide. Now, if you want me to compare what I've seen now from The Boys and what I've seen from Alex Cross, The Boys still gets a little bit of an edge, right? Still gets a little bit of an edge, but they both have issues. There's no doubt about that. They both have issues. So I guess the legend wasn't mad about Homelander. Nah, he wanted to get out of there. He was like, nah, I'm not dying here today. No, and you know what? Because all he did talk about was fucking, right? All
Yep,
he did was talking
exactly
about
did.
fucking. So he was ready to go and fuck somebody. It didn't matter who. He was gone. You know. What about you, Brian? Your positives.
Frenchie, it has to begin with Frenchie always. Everything he did in this episode was right. His sacrifices from the beginning was just superb. Him getting through the sage was awesome. Them sacrificing for Kimiko and then pushing them in there into the zinc and then still dying. Like he could have even tried to hide, but I think he did to take Homelander's attention away. Everything he did was just right on. So Frenchie is the MVP for the last 3 episodes, really. Without him, they wouldn't have got anywhere near anything. So it's all about him. So I do appreciate that.
Thanks, Brian, for agreeing with me.
It's terrible. Oh my god! You only said because you said it first. I would have said the same thing. Besides that, I mean, I'm glad the deep was wrong. I mean, it can never go into the water, and that the fish all came back and said, "Hey, you come back here one time ever again. You step a foot in the streets right here. Chitty chitty bang bang for you. Done." The shark was going to eat him. I thought that's going to be cool. And I think we're still going to get that kind of playing out. I'm happy. I think the story overall is okay. I just don't think that it was exciting. And I think we're going to need a lot more excitement, but that's going to hurt the story. So I don't know if you can hit both. Besides that, I mean, I'm not really loving Starlight, I'm not really loving Huey. Butcher is become a little bit more human. Mother's Milk is starting to understand and kind of confirm who he is, and I like that. But that's really it. I really don't have a lot to love about these last 2 episodes.
I got you. I kind of feel the same way. I don't feel like there's, oh my God, these episodes were absolutely great type of vibes from them. You know what I mean? And especially for a final season, like you got to go all out. You got to make sure that people are really invested and enjoying what you're watching. And for me, I think it's okay, but like positives, I would say is, again, always the chemistry between the characters. You know what I mean? I think Frenchie and Chemical has had some of the best moments in these 2 episodes, their conversations and stuff like that. But I also think there was a lot of foreshadowing his death because I did call Frenchie dying this episode. Just so you know. I said Frenchie's gonna die this episode. And I said no. Someone said no, it's gonna be Chemical. And it ended up being Frenchie. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And, Warren's not the only one that's always right.
Y'all should do your shows together so y'all could be right together.
I was expecting a little bit more from the old father stuff. You know what I mean? They had this little fight here, which I thought was pretty good, and I was like, okay, so maybe we'll get some more of that, but we didn't get it yet. Not exactly sure where he's gonna end up in the next episode, right? Because it's hard to say that everybody dies. You know what I mean? It like, oh, they just kill all soups and stuff like that. I just don't see that. And if there's anybody on the bad side I could see probably surviving would be him. Not exactly sure what they're going to do with Ashley either. I'm guessing Ashley's going to die.
There's going to be a lot more to do with Ashley because now her other self won't even talk to her.
Yeah, exactly. So I think people might hate the ending. Yeah, me too, 100%. Yes, come on now. About time, Nzo. Really? Really? What's about time? Huh? Did I got something right? Yes, I got something right. I'm just saying. They predictable. Yeah. Are you guys going to give Eric Creepy a pass for season 5 being a letdown? This season had so much filler, it's not even funny.
No.
Guess no pass. Not for the final season. You know what I mean? Like there are things and plot points. Okay, so I get that you had Homelander looking for the V1 for like 3 episodes, right? That it shouldn't have been 3 episodes for that. You
Yeah,
know
the
what I
whole
mean?
Supernatural episode, like
Yeah, yeah. As much as it was great, Supernatural
except for
fans got
filler.
to have their reunion, but yeah, it was 100% filler.
Dude, I'm a huge Supernatural fan, and there's no doubt in my mind that's filler. There's none. Matter of fact, they had a couple of Easter eggs in episode 7 that was very supernatural when we hear Soulja
Yeah,
Boy talking. I was like, all
yeah,
right, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we're gonna
Yeah,
go build a black Impala. That's not the father I am, because that's exactly what he did in Supernatural.
and that's the exact thing, right? You can do stuff like that and have it still progress the story. And I think a lot of these episodes, like I don't, as even though I like them, and I think a lot of people online were like, "Oh, this trash" and blah blah blah. I don't think they were trash, but I also think that you could have been so much more. You know, this season should have been chaos. You know what I mean? Every episode should have been chaos. There should have been something
You know what?
happening going on in every episode. Go ahead, Warren.
I think the problem is they should have never mentioned anything about Vought Rising. They should have just not bring it up in like keep that for like the very like
Post credit,
like not
post
even like
scene,
yeah like if we
the
didn't know
epilogue. Make an epilogue about
make
it.
make
Yeah.
like they should have never announced that they're doing a Vault Rising season until the finale, until just because I think that took away that was a big distraction from the actual people enjoying it because to me it's like they're just setting up for this. So the whoever was like, yeah, let everybody know that there's gonna be something after the boys. That's already saying, hey, we want you to get prep for the next series, not enjoy what's gonna be ending here. Like
Said Anzo, if they kill everyone, there will be a rant videos in droves. Yeah, 100%. Said, I like the no hair, Brian. He's making sense now.
If I'm
Okay,
doing
so
that, I need to grow my hair back. But I'm sorry. All right, my bad.
who do you think will kill Butcher, Huey or MM? I don't think it's going to be MM.
I think neither.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I think Butcher, I think we started to see lights of him in the last episode when he admitted to Huey like, hey, yeah, I did all that stuff. Because regular Butcher had been like, no, no, I didn't do that. He's like, he literally said, yes, I did do this. I did. So I think he's already starting to. We saw how he helped Ryan. So it's been little cracks. And then the episode where they did the one shot. So I think he's starting to slowly redeem himself. But I don't see Huey that just seems too predictable. And then again, like Anzo said about earlier, they could do that. That's spoiler alert. What sort of happens, but in the comic, but
No, instead of Huey killing him, you have him sacrifice himself for Huey. I'm telling you.
in front of Ryan.
I don't know if Ryan has to be there or not, but I think he
I'm
tells him, he says, you two have to raise Ryan for me.
The reason
Because
Ryan
doesn't have anybody else.
the reason Ryan has to be there, right, is because Ryan is the first soup born without V1. He's the first one that's like, even though it was consummated.
None of them
Yeah,
have B1 or born without it.
yeah. So he's
Born.
like, you remember because he got Becca got
Homeowner. Yeah.
yeah. So um
Born
he
without them having the new V1 or old V1. He's the one
right
who was born with it.
he's
Yeah.
just a natural born. So and remember he said to Butcher, will I end up becoming? And he said, no, I don't know, and all that other stuff. So and again, like I said, they said there was going to be another series, which is why I'm like, why do they keep Zoe alive? Why do they keep Maria alive? Why is Ryan? Because I have a feeling they're going to use these characters again for this new show. That's why they canceled the Gen V, because how much more could you pursue? Which is why I said I don't like what they did with announcing all these stuff, because now you're distracting folks from like the actual show that's going on. Announce all this stuff when it's done, that builds up the hype. Now this was just like a prequel to everything, you know?
They just do. I think someone said, "Boys Mexico." What if you have Eminem go off to Mexico, and he takes all the young ones, and he starts his own group out there? because they outlaw Gen V or any soups with V in their bodies in America. So they go to Mexico, and he does that, and he tries to end it there.
I could see that. I could see them MM surviving and creating his own group, right?
That's all Lawrence. I'm not trying to take it for myself. That's all Lawrence. I agree with you though.
Theory.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, right, to do that because we also had the conversation where MM was talking about not being able to go back to his wife, right? You know what I mean? So either one of the two could happen. He could end up going back to his wife, surviving, going back to his wife and family, or, taking the new generation, like you said, going to Mexico and doing it out there because soups are still going to be a threat. They're not going to kill all the soups, right? So you're still going to have some bad soups. You may even have a new 7 built. You know what I mean? You may have a new 7 completely, 100%. But
Take it back a little bit.
But a new 7 that's supposed to be the good guys. You know what I mean? Like you have a new 7, you have 7 new people in there and stuff like that. So they could do that. But they're not killing off all the soup. So there's always going to have to be a resistance to the soup. And I could see Mother Milk being the lead for that, So now they canceled that because no one watching Gen V.
They had low numbers. They had low numbers. They did.
Did it? Mm-hmm. Both seasons? Because I thought the first season.
Season 1 was really good. Season 2 had very low numbers, and that's why they weren't going to go with season 3.
I got you.
The season 2, you could see them ending off on the way they did because that was fine the way they ended off season 2.
But you understand the retcon they did in this show, though, right? Where they're talking about, oh, I thought you were supposed to be, the next Homelander, powerful Homelander, and she's like, oh, that was miscalculator or whatever, you know what I mean? Trying to say that she's not as powerful as Homelander, So, yeah, it kind of was like a slap in the face to the Gen V writers, but, I mean, at the same time, I don't see them doing much anyways. I don't know what they're going to do in the final episode, but I'm not even sure if they're going to be involved in the fight against Homelander. Do you?
Very
probably
minimal.
not. Yeah, right. Probably not. I mean, what could they do?
Pull his blood out.
That's what I was thinking. You see, that was the route that I would have went for, right? Because you have Mary, or whatever her name is, who can do that with the blood. Like she cured Polaris, right? She cured him. So I thought that's what they were gonna do with her. Maybe that's what she does to Homelander. Maybe she cures Homelander like that. I don't know.
Doesn't need blood. Like he's invincible, really.
Who?
Homelander right now. He took
I know, but she can manipulate the blood, right? So she could probably take the V1 out of his blood. I thought that's where they were gonna go with that. You know what I mean? Instead, they used chemical to do it. But I thought Marie was gonna be the one to do that because that's what they seemed like they were leading up her powers to being able to do.
You could do both. You might take both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take his powers away, and you're gonna pull the V1 out of it to make him basically human again. Or human for the first time.
100. Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right. They could do both. Hence another reason why they don't need Soldier Boy.
I'm telling you, they need Soldier Boy. His arc needs an end because he was starting to feel like Captain America because he's like, I just can't do this. Like he kept referencing all this stuff about all his like past endeavors with women and like he did one thing to like I guess for his conscience, but he just out of time, out of pace. That's why he'd rather be in solitude. That's why I think I have a prediction that's gonna like dun dun dun. That might work, but we'll wait for later predictions.
Breaking news, guys. Warren has a prediction,
and he's gonna be wrong. At least one of them. He said, here we go. Hold on. What if MM goes back to his wife and she's dating white man and that's Eric Kripke? Yeah, that's crazy.
And he kills Eric Kripke and walks out.
Season 2 dropped after the first 2 episodes. Yeah. She said towards the second half of the season, it dropped. Yeah, exactly. They said she doesn't have control over her powers. She said, yeah, and she had control over her powers at the end, that was some BS. Exactly. They're like, you have no control over your powers, but if you watched Gen V, at the end of it, she had the control of her powers, right? She was able to do that. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. So negatives, which we'll get into now, Brian.
Dude, none of this shit makes sense. I mean, everything they did. I hate what they did with Sage. I thought what Starlight said at the beginning of the episode was terrible. What she said, they just kind of ruined the entire point of Gen V at the beginning of the damn episode. Huey never said anything to Starlight. Butcher is acting like a baby back bitch. He ain't even doing what he's supposed to be doing anymore. I don't understand what we're doing. The fact that Soldier Boy let Homelander put him in the chokehold and put him to sleep is crazy. Like, you saw him, you never turn your back on the people. Like, you're too old to be thinking that. So I thought that all these things were stupid. I mean, I hated the idea that they left Frenchie there by himself without any protection. I can't believe that. There's so much. The fact that they went to Old Father and then think that there was going to be someone there to battle them was just stupid too. Like, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on.
Absolutely. Let me give you another one, Brian. Right. So you give Homelander the V1, right? Where the V1 is supposed to make him immortal and more powerful than he ever is, and yet he still can't see through lead. You didn't give him no upgrade, really? It's lead, right? Lead or zinc? Zinc, right? Yeah. You didn't give him no upgrade. What? Really? Come on now, right? You don't show us how powerful Soldier Boy Homelander is now, right? If the V-Lander is supposed to make him so powerful, and you had the perfect opportunity to do that with the Soldier Boy scene, right? They could have had a fight, and Soldier Boy could have been trying to beat the shit out of Homelander, and you see it's not having any effect on him. Then you understand how powerful Homelander is after taking the V1. But he just it just feels like, oh, you're the same power, but you're just immortal. You know what I mean? Now, I think they gave us a little of that because when Frenchie did the thing, let the lights come up, we seen what happened to Homelander the first time that happened, and then this time he just got 2 little bruises on the face. He wasn't breathing hard, like it was nothing for him, right? So you got that on that, but that still doesn't give us an idea of really and truly how powerful Homelander is now after taking the V1. So that was an issue that I had with that. The Gen V people,
It's a waste.
Yeah,
It's no point.
100%. There's no reason to have them in there. I thought there was gonna be more than just Marie and the dude or the girl, right? I thought they all were gonna be in there, but so far it's only been them, and they're there to do what? Investigate things for Starlight. At least that's how it's been so far. So I don't like them being there. I thought that was a waste. You have this episode where the guy kidnaps or he catches Butcher and Huey. And then we have this monologue. Now, we did learn that Butcher did what he did, let his people die. But did that surprise anybody? We all knew what type of guy Butcher was, right? So we're just hearing the same regurgitated stuff that we've been hearing over and over again. And I think they wanted to put that in place there just to let us know that, hey, maybe Butcher's going to change in the end of the last season. Instead of everyone that he knows dying, he's going to sacrifice himself for everybody. You know what I mean? Which could be a situation there. But for me, I was just like, this stuff was a waste of time. The one shot with the dog was a waste of time. It was a waste of time where you could have invested that into something else.
I wonder who said that.
Because I don't think I thought I heard someone say something, but it was my TV in the background. Just ignore it, guys. Don't worry. If you hear it again, I'll mute it. Don't worry. You won't have to worry about hearing that shit again. All right. I'm just saying. Right. So it was a waste of time. You know what I mean? I like the one shot thing that they did, but
Oh, really?
I'm kind of like, oh fuck. I'm not even gonna say that again. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. But you could have done it over a few episodes. I'm just
Oh, what
saying.
who said that too?
You just digging us deeper, man. What you doing?
I tried not to, but I couldn't figure out a way to say it without fucking confirming this guy's crap. You know what I mean? I couldn't figure out. But so yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, like, is it horrible? No, but there's a lot of issues, especially with these just 2 episodes that we're talking about. Just these 2 episodes alone, I think there was a lot of good moments. So the mother milk part, talking and having that conversation about himself and everything, and how he got his name, right? Loved it. Loved it 100% because you couldn't do it from the comic book. That you had to change, and I get that 100%. The way this mother milk, the way he got the name in the comic book was totally different, But I just think that for a final season and the penultimate of a final season, should have had more going on than it did. And I get it. You wanted to give us this emotional Frenchie death, but I don't think it hit that hard. To be honest with
I
you,
think it hit me.
It hit hard.
Really?
Yeah, that's fine. But it's one death when you expected more by the penultimate. It's only one. That's my problem. One's just not enough.
Yeah, it didn't hit me. I don't know. Warren said it hit him. Do it. Just I was like, oh shit, they killed Frenchie. Oh well, okay. Move on. You know what I mean? Like, they killed Frenchie. Damn, fuck. But I think it was something we all expected. I think we expected other people to die. So I don't know how they're going to shock us in the final. Oh. And the fucking sniffing the butt scene was another fucking scene that was useless to have in the show.
I just ignored it.
You know what I mean? Like, is this what we're doing? Like, really? Like, I get it's the boys, you know what I mean? Shock value, whatever. But they've done things way better. Now, when she went in there and started licking herself, I thought that was funny. I wish it would have been a lot better if she had taken off her clothes and did it, right? But we can't do that because it's not a male. So we can't show any nudity for the females, but we'll show naked fucking penises running around all fucking day and naked guy's ass. But God forbid they give us a naked girl. You know what I mean?
They're not going to go that far. There's no way in hell.
Bro, they showed the man with his own butt up his ass. What do you mean they're not going to go that far?
Because there's females and men, and you're not doing that.
I mean, they literally had a guy in the last episode that had nuts for a weapon.
But all of them are guys. They're all guys.
That's exactly my point.
That's still nuts being swung across the screen.
That's exactly my point. It's okay with the guys, but when it's a girl, no, you can't give us anything. Like, there's heterosexual men that are watching the show, people. We would like to see some titties. I would like to see some titties. Okay, I said it.
They're saying they've done that though.
They've only showed us in the 4 seasons, they've only showed us titties once. No, sorry. No. Or Nerdgasm has some titties in there, right? Nerdgasm, and then they showed us Starlight's titties in one of the episodes. No, then they just showed the titties. They showed her butt.
When what you call it was what's her name? From Homelander. When she was breastfeeding her.
Did they actually show her titty though?
Yeah.
I don't think they showed it. I think they just showed it like a side view.
I don't care.
Listen, because I'm tired of seeing slongs on screen. All right? That's why. I'm tired of seeing male butts on screens. I'm tired of seeing penises on screen. If you're gonna give us in a balance. There's heterosexual men that watch this show. That's why I'm saying I'm tired of seeing it. The shock value was great in the first couple of seasons, but they started getting to a point where I know people who stopped watching the show because of that reason, because they couldn't take it anymore. It's like you trying to outdo yourself every season. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just want some titties. I feel like TV needs better writers for superhero stuff. Tamika said I said the same thing. Yeah, you wanted to see some titties too, right, Tamika? I get it. He's Soldier Boy. He's gonna come out at the end. Watch after everything is over. Soldier Boys. Okay, I got you. It said he's the writer's favorite actor. I got you. I feel the only time Butcher felt he was becoming a better person and when he was with Becca. Yeah, but I think they're kind of redconning the Butcher as this, like, because last season it seemed like Butcher was a beast, right? Like he didn't give a shit about nothing, and now they're showing like his human side to him again.
Hmm.
And I think that's the reason why is they're doing that is so that you'd have sympathy for him when he dies. Said facts and around Ryan. Yeah, exactly. So Warren, what are your negatives?
Oh man, first off, you already covered the sniffing scene. That old father scene was not needed. Like that whole that wasted time in my opinion. I get
The
that they're
fight one?
no, just having the people gather and watch
Oh,
the
Killing
okay.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah
Well,
yeah,
that
I think that was more about today's. I know this is probably why you didn't like it, but it's more about today's time.
yeah.
About this is what happens in these days now. You don't have anyone. They want you to believe, but they need you to believe in your heart. If not, they're just going to run you over. That's kind of what they're going with. Even people that follow politics now.
they could have done that last episode.
No, but it's just an add-on. It's not a big thing.
But it took up time that we could have used for other things. That's what I'm saying. Like I think it was too much minutes invested in it. Like I don't mind it. I just think it was too long. Like, oh, we need to have the psychics in there. Oh, we need to do the dance over again. It's like you could have just done that in one full scene and not like. And I get it because they use that as for the Butcher Huey capture, but
Hmm.
I'm talking about just the whole showing that old father stuff. That just felt like I get it. They're gonna use psychics. They're gonna try to figure out like who. It wasn't really needed. I get it, but I get where you're. I understand where you're coming from.
But I
Um,
kind of agree with you too. Like, did we need to see the
Thank you.
whole number that he was doing? Like, did we really need to see that whole dance scene at the beginning and everything? Like, I don't think we really needed to see that.
I don't think it changed anything. I don't think having it or not having it's not going to change anything.
No, but I think you could have cut it down and give us more time for something else.
What in
Uh,
this episode did you think you're going to get more of? That you really want to get more of?
um,
Sage.
Sage, what about Sage that you think that you want more of for her?
Uh, well, one, her helping Frenchie and figuring out like that stuff. I mean, she did figure it out, right?
We saw her figure it out. I don't know what else they would have give you.
so
So
Uh,
it's just
right,
whatever.
you
It's
cut
nothing.
that scene off, and you give us a better fight with Homelander and Soldier Boy.
They weren't going to do that. And that, from the beginning, they weren't going to do that.
But that's what I'm
uh,
telling you. They
They've
didn't.
been
That's what I'm saying.
foreshadowing that from the beginning. That they weren't going
Yeah,
to do
but
that.
they didn't need
um,
to have that scene in there so long. I agree with Warren on that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I think also, well, when I go down, it's like also the the. I think the fight, not the fight, the uh, it was kind of silly how we got Starlight in the last episode. Oh, Huey, I like the fact you have hope, and then she's a hypocrite and tells the two girls, "Oh, I'm naive and stupid." Like, huh? That doesn't make sense. That literally didn't make sense to me. You're one at one moment you're like, Huey, I love the fact you have hope, and then she's like, no, I was a naive girl when I did my audition, and then all of a sudden she realizes at the end that after Mother's Milk's pep talk, she
Well,
changes.
I kind of have to push back on you in that one because her saying she's glad Huey has hope. That's like saying I'm glad you have that. I can't be that right now. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with her acting like I wish I could have the hope that you have. You know what I mean? You have hope. I wish I could have that. I think that's where she was going with that.
I just
No,
don't think Huey even had hope before. That was before Homelander took the V1.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
her,
yeah, yeah.
taking the V1 is what lost her hope. So it was like, well,
Mm.
okay, and that's why the next episode, the next scene that she's in, she lost her hope because it's so immediate after Homelander took that
but
stuff.
but the thing is, they showed that even you got to remember, like, yeah, they didn't kill Soldier Boy, and why I'm referencing Soldier Boy is that he had the V1, and they showed how they captured him, right, in Noir's little cartoon, how they captured him, and so there was always going to be a way. It's just they were just defeated at that one moment in time. Like we've seen in plenty of sort of shows and comics how you can beat an immortal, in other aspects. But at that moment, they were just really dejected, defeated, all those words. Which is not that's not my negative. The story about, like, I think Firecracker overall, when I look at her, her story, she didn't do much. She didn't really fight. She was just like a propaganda social media press secretary for Homelanders. When I overall from so I just don't like her. Noir, I didn't like Noir dying, because I think that character, that guy, could have had some potential for like the last episode or something, even if he got killed off. I'm not saying he was gonna be a big role, but there was a lot of fan following for Noir. Like, a lot of people like Black Noir. Whether it was the guy that was before or even the new guy, I think he could have had that dynamic of still having him there. And then, like, the the first scene felt so predictable with the president, like how he, like that just felt really predictable the moment I saw him get up and start, and like Ashley doing the whole, like, kind of
Reading his mind.
doing the Darth. Well, no, she didn't read his mind. She lied.
Yeah, no. Ashley read his mind. No, Ashley told the truth. It was the back Ash that
Right,
didn't want
right,
to read his mind. Yeah.
right. So, like, that. Thanks for correcting me. That is like, but we get it because she's been like bullied, and now she gets this. Even though she doesn't see that she's just a puppet, because Homelander is gonna be like, "Get out of my seat," even though she's the quote unquote president, right? So that to me was kind of a waste. I didn't like this whole Vought Rising, constantly putting it in, like, mentioning bomb site, mentioning sister, this silver something, mentioning it's like every after like episode 3, they managed to put in some sort of propaganda or some sort of advertisement for Vought Rising. That was just not. It's like in my face every time. Like, they didn't do it in good instances. After a while, it's like, hey guys, we're advertising Vought Rising. Hey, you're gonna watch it now. Whoop de doo. So I didn't like that. Um, the Deep, his story seems kind of lackluster towards the end. Like he just gets kicked off, and then and his end is gonna be predictable. So that I don't like that either, because it's like, man, you wish he got beat up by somebody or something else, but his is gonna be so corny to me. So there's that.
A lot of useless stuff in this season. I agree.
Yeah. So to me, I don't know how to really. It wasn't. I get it. It's the season finale, series finale, but it was just a lot of just, like, this was a filler. This should have been like episode
4, like I said earlier.
four, like you said. Like, this was not good in my opinion. So
It's a setup episode
Yeah,
with nothing after it.
right,
yeah, 100%. Right. We already know, like, there was gonna be this big battle happening, anyways. Right. So you setting up things to have something that we already know is gonna happen, and you could have had like a bunch of little battles throughout the season. You know what I mean? Like Soups dying and stuff like that. I think there could have been a lot more action and more chaos throughout the season. And to me, it was just like a lot of Homelander just sitting in the fucking office doing really nothing. You know what I mean? So said I have an idea of why the show is. Is it canceled? It's not canceled, but they're finishing the final season. Hey, one thing that I did notice, but back Ashley did say that Soldier Boy is, I think, fond of Homelander, and then the smartest one, Power Lady, didn't see him give Homelander V1. Yeah.
And she didn't notice it. Yep. And Sage was wrong. It's another, it's a big thing. And it feels rushed. And then
Yes.
when you have all these open-ended things with one episode that's not going to be, that long, it's hard to wrap up entire series in this one
In
episode.
1 hour.
You know, and I
It,
think Warren has a good idea with saying that it'll be Avengers like in-game type of stuff. But that was a 3-hour movie.
yeah,
You,
yeah, yeah.
you need some time.
And and it feels like it's on the lines of, like, the Marvel shows that we watch, where everything gets settled in the final episode, right?
Well, oh,
You have a bunch of lead up until everything, and then in the final episode you just go and you try and you close all the loose ends and stuff like that, and it's just like, you really did all of that in one episode, you know what I mean? So I think that's a problem. You were going to say
uh,
something, Warren?
yeah, I've been noticing, and I've been saying this consistently. I'm about to say it again. This 8 episode thing is just not working for shows. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not.
Some shows, I agree,
Uh,
100%.
this is another instance where I get it. Boys had its run. And that's okay.
You
It's
still
okay to
need 10 episodes at
I think
Yes,
least.
a 10,
yes.
12,
Yep.
maybe. But this 8 episode thing, and then you're only giving us 45, and then you're giving us these weird fillers where it's not, or weird like story side quest, I would say. It's just not working out. So I think these like uh studios need to really reevaluate. I mean, I get it. It's not cheap to do this stuff, but I mean, we're now using
But
AI, so I don't
two
know
more
how.
episodes wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Two, even if you did, I think I think a finale season, in my opinion, should be like you said, 10 to 12. You don't need any more than that. 10 to 12 would have been a perfect, because you could have filler, you could do your Vought Rising stuff, and then you could get it out the way, and then have, like, say, the last 4 episodes. Let's say we went 5, 6, 7 Vought Rising, bring it on. Then you do like 9, 10, 11, or you do like, yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, all just to end the story. It would have a nice flow. So that's my biggest negative. That, again, we have another show that was going really good, but they're with this 8 episode model, and it's just not working.
I agree. Brian, let's get into our grades and predictions.
I'm gonna go C plus as a grade. And prediction, I think literally the Huey, Starlight, and Eminem get out. I think Deep dies. I'm gonna say Butcher dies. I think Butcher sacrifices himself for Huey. I'm gonna say, yeah, Homelander dies. I'm gonna say Soldier Boy gets lost and locked into that chamber, and Eminem, his whole thing is to make sure he never gets out.
I like that. When it first came out, the show, I had been hooked and did watch the side quest shows for it too. It's a good watch. I concur. Should be longer. Absolutely, 100%. Warren, predictions and grades. Oh, that was your grade for one episode or both episodes? C's?
Both C plus.
Okay.
This is what, like, time after time. The only really good thing that I really love about episode 7 was just Frenchie. So besides that, regular.
Yeah.
It's mid.
I agree. Warren?
Uh, Predictions I think Mother's Milk is gonna forgive Soldier Boy. Um,
That's interesting.
Wow. Okay.
because that, like, we see what vengeance does to people. It just makes you keep going and going and going. And I think he's gonna realize that, like, okay, yeah, you're gonna live forever, but now you're gonna live forever. I'm gonna die, be with my family. And, like, you're gonna be immortal. You're just stuck being immortal while I'm. So, you know what? I forgive you, because you're stuck. There's nothing you could do. You're just gonna, that's how I feel what's gonna happen with there. We're gonna definitely see Ryan. It's gonna be an Avengers level fight that's gonna have dire consequences. I don't have that mythic voice to do that stuff right now. Um, and I think, of course, we're gonna get a little teaser towards the end, once the show, about, like, what this next show, and maybe we'll see who really comes out on top. Like, is Ryan gonna come out on top? Is Stan Edgar still playing a part? Because we haven't seen him for ever since the bunker, right? Like, the where he's being
We've
kept.
seen more recently than we've seen Ryan. That's just crazy.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, yeah. So And then I think they want to. I think we're gonna get unexpected deaths. Now I'm gonna be wrong on this one, so I'll call it. But I think Huey. I think Huey. I think Starlight dies. Because she might want to redeem herself, and I think Butcher dies or gets cured. I have to say cured because he thinks he has nothing to live for. So that's my. I think more people have to die, sadly. So that's it.
And your grades?
Yikes. If I have to average them both out, a solid C. Episode 6 was better than 7.
Okay. So for me, I'm gonna agree with both of you. I'm probably gonna give both episodes about a C, C plus. You know what I mean? They were that great. They were good. They had some good stuff in them, but like Brian said, there was a lot of bad. You know what I mean? If it's not for the Frenchie stuff and some of the conversations, then both of these episodes are kind of trash. You know. Predictions for the next episode is people are gonna die. There's gonna be a big fight, and we're gonna see someone live, someone die. I have no idea what they're gonna do. I'm not even gonna try. I gave a prediction already. They don't go through, and I'm tired of Warren being right, so I'll leave it at that for that one. I'm just saying, if I gotta come back here on this last episode and say that Warren is fucking right again, I am going to lose my mind. All right.
Well, I am definitely going to be right because Homelander is going to get depowered. He's going to be depowered. He's going to be a
That I
regular
agree.
human being. So,
Yeah, I think we all think that though.
Now, the other stuff you're talking about, we don't know about that one yet, so we'll see. We're going to see Homelander snap his fingers. Facts, 100%. But I appreciate you guys for coming in. Much appreciated. Just enough time for Brian to get over to his show over there on the Spoiler King, so make sure to drop in and give a like and enjoy the show. What are you guys talking about over there, Brian?
We're gonna talk about the boys. We're gonna talk about Punisher. We're gonna talk. We have a couple of trailers. We got some MCU news overall, some DCU news too. So we're gonna have some fun.
Collector asked me what I liked better, Born Again Season 2 or The Punisher? Brian, I'll ask you that question.
It's easy, but I'll take Born Again season 2. There's a parts of Born Again season 2 that I really liked. Punisher was a kind of just a waste.
Okay. Warren didn't see it yet, so I can't ask him that question. I'm going to say Punisher because it was a waste, 100%. I'll give you that. But you know me. When the action started in that shit, I was like, oh, this fire. You know what I mean? That was enough for me to be like, okay, I could put this over it. But story-wise, there was nothing. It was a nothing burger of a story. Wait, here's an idea. Soldier Boy may have given him V1, but for him to take his power away would be hilarious. Yeah.
That's something that Warren talked about too.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah. Which we hope he's not right with. You know what I mean? Warren, where can they find you, sir?
you can find me on Big for Entertainment making predictions. So,
And I am going to say this. I'm coming for you, Collector. You called me out. You called me out on your Andor stream, all right? I'm coming for you, brother. Did you see his video?
No, he talked about you. He came after you.
Right at the end of the video, he's like, oh, let me know in the comments about what you think about Andor. And he was quiet. Then he said, unless you're Onzo, because I already know what you feel about it. And I was like, all right, you motherfucker. I got you. All right. And it's me and you, brother. It's me
He said he got you. That's what he got. He said, I got it. I got him.
With that being said, guys, we will be back next week with another episode, the final episode of The Boys. We'll also have the From stuff on Saturday.
Let's go Fromly, guys. Let's go Fromly. And think about it, after we get that on Saturday, we're gonna have 2 weeks before we get another one.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, hopefully it gives us a lot to talk about, or you can do a stream 1 week and then do something else the next week. I'm pretty sure we'll find something else to do anyways, but we're definitely going to keep the From stuff going for 100%. So make sure to stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. I don't think I have any streams on Friday, which thank God. Thank God. Thank God. And then after this week, this show is gone. Thank God. Because, boy, I've been working really hard in this motherfucking shit for the past couple of months. And I
Yeah.
get to take a nice long break. So
It won't be that
that'll
long,
be-
guys. There's a lot of stuff coming out in June, July that he's not thinking about yet. That's all.
Let me think I'm having a long break, all right? Wait, that's coming out in June? It's coming out in June, July?
Yep, July.
Oh, shit.
And you don't have to worry about House of the Dragons, but
Oh, yeah, 100%. There's no way. There's no way.
there's a lot of stuff still coming out, man.
That's fine. As long as it's crap I don't watch, I'm good. But with that being said, guys, peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.